Alright, what's up guys, John here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my first passive income stream, which is Kindle publishing. Alright, so the reason I have this one as my number one is that, in my opinion, it's the fastest and easiest way to get started making a meaningful income online. Right, it's where I got started over 3 years ago, and basically I still use it to this very day, and it's still a great way to make money. If you're not on this page here that I'm on now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can click step number 3 in the description. It'll take you to my passive income 101 page. Just scroll down and click on the Kindle publishing page and you'll be taken to this one here. But if you're already here, I'm just going to kind of cover what it is, the potential income, and then what's the best way to go about getting started. So for those of you who don't know, Kindle publishing is basically where you go out and you create an ebook, right, and then you list it for sale on Amazon.com. Right, you can either write the book yourself or you can outsource the entire process, which is super cool, right? Because when I was doing this full time, basically I had over 50 books published on Amazon, and I didn't write a single one of them myself, right? I didn't write it, I didn't edit it, I didn't do anything myself. It was all outsourced, and those 50 books were bringing in about $7,000 per month, completely passive. The great thing about Kindle is once you have a book published, then you do some initial ranking stuff to get you high on page number 1. Pretty much it's completely passive after that, and you just have to do maybe a couple hours maintenance every single week. Basically, when I got started, I was paying someone else to write the entire book. Basically, I get someone else to write the entire thing for me, edit it for me, and then someone else to design the cover for me. And then later on, I decided to do a few of my own. So it's completely up to you what you want to do, right? If you like writing, you can go ahead and write it yourself. If you don't like writing, basically you can outsource the thing, not a problem, right? But if you just want to focus on making a lot of money, what I suggest doing is outsourcing the process, because you can scale up a lot quicker. If you're writing yourself, you may be able to get a book out, maybe like once or once every week, maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. Depending on how long you do it. Again, these books are going to be shorter. They're not long books. They're going to be anywhere from like 8,000 to 10,000 words. So they're not long things. But if you're able to outsource the process, you can potentially put out like 1, 2, 3, 4 books every single week. And that's just going to allow you to make more money if you know what you're really doing. Right. So like I said, they're shorter books. They're not long. Generally 8,000 to 10,000 words when you're first getting started. And the great thing is, you can literally go from having, no idea. You can go out and find the idea for your book. You can go out and hire someone, get a finished copy, and publish it within about 7 days. Right? So it's super, super quick when you know what you're doing. And that's just the beauty about outsourcing the process versus doing it yourself. So one question I get is, how much does it cost? Because you might think that it's going to cost you like thousands of dollars in order to get started doing this, but it actually doesn't, right? If you want to get started putting out one book, it's going to cost you anywhere from $0 to $100, right? And when I say 0, that's if you want to write the book yourself, design the cover for yourself, right? It's completely free to publish it on Amazon. So if you're able to write it, if you're able to design it, you can do it for absolutely nothing. Right, but if you want to outsource it, it'll be anywhere from $80 to $100 to get the book done, and then it's going to be $5 to get someone to design a cover for you. So it's almost not even worth doing that yourself. So what's the time frame to start earning? And the reason I have this number 1 is, I've tried a bunch of different models out there, but this is the fastest way to get started making a good income online. Right? People talk about affiliate marketing. It's so easy. You can throw up some videos, but yeah, you can do that, but you might only make like 50 cents or a couple dollars, right? It's going to take you a while to ramp up. But with this, you can start making money, within, 7 days, right? But I would say the average time frame, if you're just starting out, because it does take time to learn the process, is going to be about 30 days from now, right? If you start today, you spend a couple weeks learning everything you need to know, and then maybe you spend, a couple weeks going out, finding good writers, finding someone to design a cover for you, doing product research, all that kind of stuff. So I'd say about 30 days from now is the time frame. Once you fully understand the process, you can literally go from nothing to earning within, you know, about a week or so. The potential income for this, it's definitely, it all depends on, you know, how many books you put out, but it also depends on the quality of the books, right? You could have hundreds of books out there, and I actually knew some people back in the day who literally had hundreds of books out there, and, you know, they're making good money, but, you know, maybe it was like, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, but they had hundreds of books. And then there's also other people out there who make that same amount of money, if not more, but have like 10 books, right? So I was kind of somewhere in the middle, but you want to be able to put out quality books first and foremost, and then you want to be putting out more books as well to ramp that up. So if you can do an even mix, you know, you stick this full time, you put out a good number of high quality books. Definitely $100,000 a year isn't out of the question. I know there's lots of people doing it. So how do you actually go and get started? Basically, the first step you want to do is you want to go to Amazon's bestseller list and basically write down all the different topics, all the different topics you could read about. Right. The number one mistake that I see is people think they know a good topic, but it turns out that nobody else is searching for that book. Right. So you could have the best book in the world, but if nobody's searching for that, you're not going to make any money. Right. So the thing you want to do is, of the 50 books that I had published, you know, nothing really interests me, those topics, right? The only reason I put them out was because there was a demand, right? And I could make money from it, right? I didn't have any interest in those topics whatsoever. So you want to find in-demand topics that don't have too much competition. So basically, if you want to, you can click this link here, or you can just Google Amazon bestsellers list, and you'll be taken to a page. You just want to click on books and then Kindle eBooks. But down the side here, you're going to see all these different topics. You know, there's business, there's computers, cookbooks, you know, there's fiction, self-help, all this different stuff. So you want to look through all these different categories and write down all the best-selling books. So, you know, if we were to go into like, you know, maybe health and fitness, and then there's going to be these subcategories. You know, maybe we'll look at, you know, diets and weight loss. So what we're going to see here is the top 100 books under diets and weight loss. And we're basically going to look through all these and just write down, this is just the research phase, you're going to write down all the different topics, general topics that you see. Right, so this one here, it looks like it's a plant-based diet. So that would be a topic. This one here is a ketogenic diet. Body reset diet, crockpot cookbook. Here's another ketogenic. You know, Whole30, bacon butter. So you kind of see the point, but you want to go through the top 100 and write down all the different ideas. You know, we can check on a different category. We can check on maybe something like, you know, computers, right? We see that, you know, Kindle Fire, the manual, blockchain explained, self-taught programmer, software developer, you know, mastering Bitcoin, Facebook advertising. So you want to write down all those different topics of ideas and just get a general idea on what's selling, right? So, you know, look through, you know, if one topic does interest you and it is selling, you could potentially go for that, but it doesn't really matter. And yeah, like I said, the first probably like 10 to 12 books that I put out were like diet books, so like paleo diet, green smoothie cleanse, all that kind of stuff. After that, I started publishing programming books, like Python programming, JavaScript, all that kind of stuff. And I even put out some romance books, and those books actually did really well. So these are just some ideas that you can go off, but just write down all the big lists so you can always come back to that. So after you have the list, what you're going to do is you're going to go through that list and you're going to do a little bit more research to see if there's a profitable keyword in that topic. So what we're going to do is, let's say that one of the ideas was SEO. So we know our general topic is SEO. So we want to make sure that there's a keyword that we can use and we can target that's high in demand, but also doesn't have too much competition. And the way you do that is you come up to the search bar here, make sure you're on Kindle Store, and you type in the general term, which would be SEO, right? And then Amazon's going to suggest all these different keywords that people are looking for. Obviously, SEO is the most searched for, and then as you go down, it decreases. So we want to find a longer tail keyword, because if we were just to target SEO, it's probably too competitive. So we want to target something more specific. So you can type space, and then you're going to see all these, right? You know, maybe it's SEO for a WordPress site. So if we were to type in, you know, WordPress, there's going to be less searches for that, but it's also going to be less competition, right? So, you know, maybe it's like SEO for beginners or something. So you click enter, and the next thing you want to do is you want to look to see if these top books are actually selling, because if these top books are selling and they don't have too many reviews, you know that you can potentially put a book in there that's going to rank well. But if these books aren't selling, you don't want to go after that keyword. So the way you do that is you just open these, then you want to scroll down to product details and look at the Amazon bestsellers rank. So see how this one is number 300,000. So that means it's not selling, right? We want to look for something that's under 100,000, typically below 50,000 for the top one. But we see this one isn't selling whatsoever, and that's ranked number 1. So we look at this one, 466, that's not selling at all. This one, not selling at all. So we know that there isn't enough demand for this keyword, so we want to look for something else. So maybe we do SEO, you know, marketing. You can check this one out. Again, we're not looking at these ones because these are sponsored, so people are paying to have these books here. But we want to open, you know, maybe the first two here. Look at these. So this one's 7,000, so we know this one's selling. The number 2 one, 67, so that's selling as well. So we know that there's more of a demand. The next thing we want to check is if we can, you know, potentially rank here. And we see the top 3. This one has 400, 500 reviews, 70. So these are pretty competitive. We see that this one here would be, you know, something we could compete with. So maybe we'll open, you know, these two. Look at these and make sure they're selling. 584, not selling so much. This one, 86, so that's selling. So, you know, this isn't a bad one. We know that we could probably beat this book. We could beat this book. You know, we could probably rank, you know, in the number 4 spot. And if we were to rank in the number 4 spot, there's a decent enough demand where it might be worthwhile putting in a book. But let's say that these 3 books here were selling well, but let's say that the rest of them weren't. That means we probably wouldn't want to make a book on this, just because if we were to rank in the number 4 spot, you know, there isn't enough demand that's going to make it worthwhile for us to make money, right? The only way we'd make money is if we're in the top 3, but these books are super competitive. So again, that's the second step here, and that's what you want to do with all the different topics until you find a good keyword that is high in demand and there's lower competition. Right, so the next thing you want to do is you want to go to a website called Upwork.com and basically post a job looking for an ebook writer. So it's just simply you sign up for a free account, you post a job, you say, I'm looking for someone to write a 8,000 word book on the paleo diet, right? And again, what you're going to pay is you're going to pay about $10 for every 1,000 words, right? So an 8,000 book would be $80. Again, you normally pay, what I generally do is I'll pay $10 up front. The writer will write the first 1,000 words. They'll send that to me, and I'll check the quality, and you know, if I want to go ahead, I'll give them the remaining dollars for that, right? So I won't give them the initial, the full thing up front. After that, you want to go to a website called Fiverr.com. That's basically where you can outsource your cover design. It'll be $5. So it's just, you know, if you go to Fiverr, you can go up to the top here. What service are you looking for? You know, ebook design or ebook cover. You know, find someone you like and just give them your book title. Make up something catchy, give them your author name, it can be your name or a pen name, and then give them an example of a title or a cover you like. After you get your book back, probably like 5 to 7 days, you'll want to go to kdp.amazon.com, create your free account. This is your publishing account. You put in your personal information, your bank stuff, and you can actually publish your book, right? So put in all your details, like your title, write a good description, put in the keywords you want to rank for. So an example would be for keywords, if you go to amazon.com, let's say we're doing paleo diet, we go to the Kindle store, type in paleo diet. All of these are different keywords that we want to rank for, so we'd use all these different keywords, right? And again, you can look at other good selling books in the same category as you. Sometimes their titles and descriptions have different keywords that you want to rank for as well. Publish your book at 99 cents for the first week or so. You want to get your initial reviews, and then after that you want to bump it up to about $2.99. But yeah, you click publish, and within about 12 hours your book's going to be online for sale, and you can start collecting dollars. It's a pretty simple concept, and really it is that simple. Once you get the hang of it, you can go through it, publish a book, get it done super quick. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, this can help, right? You can make initial money up front, and then you can also use that to generate leads for your business, right? You can link from your Kindle book to your website, your Kindle book to your YouTube channel, all the different kind of stuff. So what's the best way to get involved? I went over the steps. If you want something more in depth, and I always do whenever I get involved in a new business, I always want to get the right training, because I've jumped into things before and it just cost me a lot of time and money learning the process, whereas I could just invest some money into someone who's already successful, and they could basically show me everything I need to know, right, in order to bypass all of the things that could go wrong, right? So it doesn't matter whether I go into affiliate marketing or Amazon, I always invest in some sort of course that's going to show me exactly what to do in order to be successful. Yeah, I have to invest a little bit of money up front, but it saves me a bunch of time in the long run, and time is more valuable than money to me. So if you do want to know the course I went through and recommend, you can just click here. It'll take you over the page. You can check it out if you want to sign up. That's great. If you don't, you can follow these steps. You can go on YouTube and check out other videos. But if you do decide to join through my link above right here, what I'll do is I'll give you a free 1-hour coaching call. I'll basically just help you get started, go through the process, all that kind of stuff, anything I can do to help. All you do is sign up, and then send me a screenshot of your receipt on Facebook. You can just click the link here, and then we'll set that up and go from there. So it is really that simple. Like I said before, it takes time to fully understand the process. I know when I was first getting started, it took me a long time. It took me like a month before I actually published my first book. But once I understood the process, once I understood everything that it takes, like I was literally able to put out 3 to 4 books every single week without having to do a single thing, right? So again, the step-by-step program is one option. You invest a little bit of money, learn video, click for click everything you need to know, or you can self-teach yourself, go through YouTube videos, all that kind of stuff. It is cheaper, but it's going to take you a lot longer to learn the process, so it's completely up to you. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. If you follow this process, it's definitely a great way to make money, and it's definitely a great way if you don't have a lot of money in order to get started. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. Send me a message on Facebook, whenever you want, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But that's going to be it for this video, and we'll talk to you in the next one.